not make sense for the dungeons not to exist when warriors grow. Suddenly, he notices that so many people are gathering from a little distance from him. The people are saying goodbye to someone. Oh, Hanwoo also goes there. Suddenly he was shocked to see the person. She is celebless. Oh, Hanwoo finds her so pretty. He does not know about her. Meanwhile, Celebliss says sorry for creating a fuss there. She says she has not come here to seek revenge, so they do not need to worry. At the same time, Oh Hanwoo is curious about why she is here. After that, a new mayor comes there. She asks him if the basement is still the same. The mayor is showing her the way to the basement. Meanwhile, Oh Hanwoo is watching them and thinks this has to be the heroine event. Suddenly, Celebliss sees him. Oh Hanwoo smiles and asks her if she has something to tell him. She replies that she needs help understanding the purpose of asking those questions. After that, he suddenly asks her if she is married. She replied that she had planned to get married, but she stopped. Her knight stops her, too. She is a little bit pissed off and tells the mayor to go. Hanwoo knows she has had some incidents that she cannot explain. As a protagonist, he thinks he should help her. After that, he goes somewhere and says that there is no need to hurry since there are many things he does not know about her, so he should do some investigation. At night, in the temple, Prince Alsus talks with the heroes. As they might already know, he tells them the warrior's goal is the Demon King's subjugation. To do that, they must first mobilize all methods and ways. He tells them that this time's tournament is the same as well. After that, he shows the heroes the plan. He tells them that they left many orcs free in the area marked by red lines. This tournament's assignment is to hunt an orc and check the tag on its ankles. The heroes are curious about the assignment. Prince Alsus raises his hand and tells them that whatever method they use does not matter. The winner is the one who brings back the most of these tags. He tells them that the tournament's grand prize this time is the warrior's holy sword, which is one of a kind. Meanwhile, Choi Gang is excited to win this tournament to beat Oh Hanwoo. On the other side, Oh Hanwoo is analyzing his status window in the city. He thinks that it would have been nice if there were save points. He says he cannot be admitted to the academy because he does not have a warrior's post. He remembers the conversation with the knights earlier as one of the knights is telling the other that they get assigned as an escort there. His fellows tell him the warriors are getting admitted into the magic academy. The knight tells his fellows that even the fairy elder will work as a teacher. Oh Hanwoo imagines his future and will give Celebliss a love letter. One day, she will come to him and tell him it is unsuitable for the teacher and student. He replied that he did not mind the trivial things, and they hugged each other. At present, Oh Hanwoo decides that he can go back to being a warrior, and he will go to a magic academy as well. Everyone is shocked to see Oh Hanwoo at the temple that night. Prince Alsus asks him why he is here. Oh Hanwoo tells him that he will participate in the tournament too. Prince Alsus tells him that a person who is not a warrior cannot experience it. He replies that he will return to being one. His skill level should be enough. Choi Gangman is angry to see him there. Meanwhile, Prince Alsus also notices that. After that, Prince Alsus tells Oh Hanwoo that he heard the news that he had been considered an equal to warrior Choi Gangman, but he cannot help but be suspicious of his personality. He also asks if he has forgotten about the incident with the fairy. Hanwoo is shocked to hear that and tells him it was a misunderstanding as he genuinely tries to help her. Prince Alsus gets angry at him and tells him how to describe such a blatant lie. Suddenly, he notices that the Saintess is also standing there. Prince Alsus is curious about her as he does not know her intentions. Suddenly, he tells Oh Hanwoo that he understands him. He tells him that he can enter the tournament on the condition that he return the money he received while giving up on the post of a warrior, and he will acknowledge his return. Oh, Hanwoo replies that he has used it all in training but will pay it off soon, so do not worry. Prince Alsus tells him that it is too early to be happy. He tells him that he wants to see how much he has grown after leaving the temple, and he will confirm it himself. The heroes are shocked to see this. Oh Hanwoo tells Prince Alsus that he would be surprised. He uses his magic blessing and throws a fireball at Prince Alsus, but he has been beaten up by the prince. He hits the temple wall. After that, Prince Alsus tells the heroes this is the last confirmation. Those who were participating in the tournament raise their hands. He also tells them that, for their information, no protection will be provided to the warriors in the upcoming incidents. The heroes are shocked and a little bit frightened at the same time after listening to this. After that, some students raise their hands for the participation in the tournament. Prince Alsus tells them that those warriors hesitating to participate in the tournament do not regret it later, and state their answer now. Suddenly, the Saintess interrupts him and tells him that should be enough as they should respect the warriors' decision. She tells the warriors that those not participating in the tournament should return to their dorms and pack up. The warriors are surprised to hear that. They do not know what she is saying to them. The saintess tells them they are planning to intensively sponsor the warriors with courage and determination, which is part of the selection. Suddenly, all the warriors raise their hands. The saintess smiles and says that in a real warrior, there must be true courage. A warrior who only seeks profit is no different from a mercenary. Suddenly, one of the warriors says the winner has already been selected. He says that it is not that they lack courage or determination. The saintess replies that they do not need warriors who look at reality and avoid fights. After that, the saintess tells them that those standing here have passed round 1 of the tournament, and for the next round, she wishes them God's blessings. On the other side, Hanwoo is still hand on the wall. On the other hand, Nag is roaming in the city. Dialoka is also with him. Kang says that he didn't expect that kind of farewell from Kogmos. Kogmos tells him he will return stronger, suitable for Lady Dialoka. Meanwhile, Godakin is irritated with Kang and Dialoka. Kang tells her to calm down as the translator changes to a female. Godakin gets uncomfortable, and she leaves from there. Kang tries to stop her, but she leaves. After some time, Godakin comes to the temple. Meanwhile, Prince Alsus tells someone that he will confirm how much he has grown. Godakin is looking around to know what is happening here. On the other side, Kang is in the inn with Dialoka. She is sleeping. Kang is watching his status window. He thinks that the fact that the blessing of outsiders is still there means that God has not abandoned him. Suddenly, a female employee comes there. She is saying something to him. Suddenly, she gets scared to see Kang as he is giving her evil vibes. She went away from there. After that, Kang realizes that it is because of the massacre. He smiles and says it was only ticklish until recently, but now he can feel it tingling, which is weirdly fun. He comes near the window and thinks it would not be a problem since it is not a big issue for him. He believes it would be optimal for those thieves to be active. Kang says that he has to get revenge on them before leaving the city. Meanwhile, Godakin returns. Kang tells her that she returned earlier than expected. After that, Kang asks her if she would come somewhere with him. Godakin asks him if he abandoned the demon. Kang tells her that Dialoka is not in her best condition. Kang tells her he plans to meet those thieves who have attacked them. He smiles and says they should at least have a farewell before leaving. Godakin asks him where he is planning to go after that. Kang replies that he has not decided yet. Godakin forces him to go to the academy after that. Kang is shocked to hear that. He says he will decide after he has taught the thieves a lesson. Meanwhile, Godakin pressurized him to promise her that he would join the academy. Kang replies that he will think about it after she has helped him. Godakin asks him if he will attend the academy after the help. Kang replies that he will think about it positively. After that, God asks him what kind of help he needs. Kang smiles and says that to catch a fish, there must be bait. After some time, he comes to get the enslaved people. Meanwhile, Godakin is working for him as a translator. He thanks her. Godakin is curious if he needs more enslaved people. Kang smiles and replies that everything will be of use, but for the daughter of a magician, son of a knight, a nobleman, etc. The price seems to be low for levels regardless of the job in the background. Kang says they do not feel like strangers to him, which makes him sad. Meanwhile, Godakin tells him that the outward level is insignificant, and the inner level is more important. Kang also agrees with her. After some time, the enslaved people are sitting before him. Suddenly, the thieves attack Kang. They are making fun of him and telling him he cannot do anything as he is at level 1. Kang tells him that their methods are too bland. They are shocked to hear this. Kang tells them they are sure the allies of those guys who attacked him earlier. One thief tells him not to look him down as this is fun. Suddenly, the boss of the thieves comes there. There are so many thieves also coming there. The boss of them jumps down. Kang tells Godakin that he will massacre from now on, so talk to her later. He is ready to teach them a lesson. The thief's boss is prepared to fight with him. Kang uses his blessing to massacre outsiders and is ready to punch him. He says that he will end this fight soon. Kang punches them all one by one in one strike. The boss is shocked that a level 1 player can do this. After that, he comes near the boss and tells him he made the right choice by not running away. Kang tells him that he will not kill him. Suddenly, the boss runs away. Kang jumps and hits him with full power. The backbone of the boss breaks. The boss falls. His subordinates come there and they are going to kill Kang. But Kang beats them all. After some time, the guards come there and examine the injured people. They are impressed with Kang and give him money as a reward because he captured the thieves. The head of the guards tells Kang that the slimes will clean up the rest. Kang thanks him. Suddenly, he notices that there is a bone. He thinks the thieves dropped that, but why are the slimes not cleaning it? The guards say that it is an imbued bone. Kang realizes that it's true that the slimes do not eat up the excellent quality materials. He thinks it seems this is some special bone. Suddenly, Godakin comes there and urges him to attend the academy. Kang asks her what is there at the academy. She replies that he will find out when he gets there. Kang is annoyed with this conversation and tells Godakin that he does not even know which academy it is. Suddenly, the guard stops him and says something about the academy to Kang. Kang finds it wrong as he can't understand what he is saying. He thinks he might be wanted for attempted murder against a royal, and he is a knight in front of him. Godakin tells him that the knight requests him to sell the bone. Kang replies that what happened to her. Godakin conveys to Kang that the knight plans to use the bone to make for his son, who will attend the academy. Now Kang understands him. He tells the knight that he has another condition instead of money. The knight gets shocked. Kang tells him that he wants to go to the academy, too. Godakin gets happy after listening to this. After that, the knight says something to him. Kang asks the god about it. Meanwhile, Godakin is stomping their feet. Kang sees her reactions and thinks he knows what he is saying. He believes he should engage in another negotiation. Dialoka also comes there. Kang gets scared to see her. He asks her when she comes here. She replies that he left her behind when she was injured. Suddenly, she hugs him. The knight is shocked to see a demon. He is going to kill her. Dialoka asks Kang about the knight. Kang tells her to translate for him. After that, the knight says something. Dialoka tells him he would not be moving around defenselessly if that did not happen. Meanwhile, a certain god urges Kang to negotiate it quickly. Kang tells them to stop and let's properly deal with the academy. Meanwhile, Godakin is thinking something, and those leaves somewhere. Kang asks her if she is going out again. Again, the knight says something about the academy. Kang gets angry. Suddenly, everyone notices that there is a giant dragon. He tells them that despair has transcended death and returned. The dragon also tells them that this time, he will destroy them along with the female warrior that they guys believe in. On the other hand, Kang is smiling to see him. The dragon is scared to see him and runs away from there. People are running away from the dragon. They are scared of him. Dialoka is also noticing the dragon. She says that a dragon of that size should be a disaster level threat. Kang tells her that considering what she just said, she looks very carefree to him. Dialoka tells him that although she can't defeat the dragon, she can run away. Meanwhile, the dragon says who is doing this to him and who dares to mess with this body's level. He thinks that a warrior must do it. He says that even that would not be enough for that vicious bitch. After that, he starts spewing fire from his mouth. Meanwhile, the knight runs to kill the dragon. Kang and Dialoka is watching him. Conversely, Godakin tells him that he should quickly defeat it. Kang didn't get her. She tells him to show his skills to that knight. Kang agrees to it. He takes out his holy sword. Dialoka is shocked to see the sacred sword. Kang tells her she recognizes it immediately, but Cogmos realizes it only after touching it. Kang tells her she doesn't consider him the same level as the piece of trash. Dialoka asks him if he is a warrior master. He replies that he is not and that this is a defective sword. She says she doesn't know that gods make mistakes, too. On the other side, the dragon is telling warriors to come out. He says he will turn the city into ashes if they do not come out. Kang says that he is coming. Meanwhile, the city guards take their position to shoot the arrows. Their leader tells them to hit the arrows. The dragon turned back and went to spew fire at the warriors. Meanwhile, the knight's head will kill the dragon if he blocks the fire. Kang is watching it and says that the knight clocked the fire, and it looks like he is not simply an empty tin man. Dialoka replies that much is to be expected from a knight who protects the country. Kang smiles. Dialoka tells him that she can easily block that, too, and the dragon is not even in its normal condition. Suddenly, Kang jumps and comes to the top of the building. On the other side, the dragon kills the knight. His level is up. He realizes that he can level back up by hunting. Meanwhile, Godakin cheers him up so that he can defeat the dragon. Kang says that he guesses they must beat it before its level increases. Suddenly, Dialoka also comes by flying and asks him who he has been talking with for so long. Kang replies that he is talking to the one who resurrected that dragon. She gets shocked. On the other side, the dragon will find the knight so he can kill them and then level up. Kang tells Dialoka that he needs to make some preparations, so he needs her to distract him for some time. She obeys him. She goes near to the dragon. The dragon finds her immediately. He asks her what a superior demon is doing in this western continent. He gets happy to see her as he can level up faster. Dialoka uses her demonic powers and tries to kill him. The dragon gets hurt a little. He is mad at her. She says that everything shall burn in the name of this red dragon king. Suddenly, much fire broke out at once. On the other side, God scolds Kang for what he is doing. She tells him that he is a frustrating outsider. Kang tells her to be quiet as he is gathering strength. After that, Godakin blocks her mouth with her hands. Kang uses her powers of fairies, outsiders, and holy swords. He thinks it should be enough to kill the dragon. He jumps and tells Dialoka to move aside. Kang hit the dragon with the holy swords and injured him. Dialoka is shocked to see this. Meanwhile, Godakin is also astonished. Kang is smiling and says how it is. Kang cuts the neck of the dragon. Godakin praises him. Kang thanks her. Dragon says something to him. Kang replies that he cut his neck and he can still talk. He replies that he can't believe a level 1 player lost him. Kang replies that he was just level 1 as well. Suddenly, Dialoka comes there and tells Nag that he used her as dragon bait. She is a little bit pissed off. He replies that, of course, he did, as the dragon was a giant. After that, he appreciates her for her effort. Instantly, the knight comes there and says something to Kang. Kang is surprised to see him alive. Dialoka tells him the knight is doubtful, even after visiting with his own eyes. She tells him to order her to kill that knight. Kang stops her. Meanwhile, the dragon speaks up and says this is sickening. The Red Dragon King was beaten up by an ordinary man who was not even a hero. Kang tells the dragon it's alright as it happened, so there is no need to be embarrassed. The dragon tells him that he swears by his soul that he gives him humiliation worse than failure. His eyes are blazing. The dragon says that he curses him. Suddenly, it seems that something hits Kang. It's a king's wrath. After some time, Kang sees his status window and is angry after getting cursed again. Dialoka tells him that dragons are prideful creatures. There are rare occasions where they don't accept failure and curse someone. As the dragon curses him, this is her first time seeing it. After listening to this, Kang gets mad at the dragon and tells him to take back his curse. Meanwhile, Godakin is twirling. Kang is so much sad and starts crying. He says that all he did was kill a monster, endangering the fantasy natives. How come all he got is another curse? After that, he thinks about the meaning of the curse. King's wrath curse is the rage of the dragon he murdered provokes a dragon nearby, and the enraged dragon will attack him when his life is in danger. Kang is so much sad after learning about the curse, a curse that delivers the final blow whenever he is in danger. Meanwhile, Dialoka is looking happy. Kang gets angrier and tells her she can be happy when her owner is sad. She tells him that she is satisfied as she receives a new blessing. She tells him that days like this only come to her through perseverance and not giving up. Kang is shocked to hear that. She is blessed with the king's wrath, which means the enraged dragon will protect her when her life is in danger. Kang smiles. Suddenly, he sees the knight. He was also blessed with the blessing. Kang again gets sad. He says everyone else got a blessing, but why is he the only one with a curse? At the same time, Godakin praises the outsider with a bright smile. After that, slimes come there. The slime's ability to separate the ingredients is lovely. Kang says that the slimes went through and separated it all, which means they are valuable ingredients. Suddenly, he realizes he must give up all the fantasy ingredients. He is shocked. He says he might get caught by the kingdom and evil goddess, and that's why this all is happening to him. Conversely, people are cheering the knight for killing the dragon. The knight is roaming in the streets proudly. After some time, at night, the knight comes to meet Kang and tells him that he owes him. Kang replies, it's nothing. Meanwhile, Godakin tells him that all he has to do is go to the academy. Kang tells Dialoka to tell the knight that he wants his share of the trophy to be used for the city's restoration project and the families of the deceased. After that, Dialoka tells the knight that he is still alive, thanks to her and her owner. She says they don't need that garbage, so they use it for themselves and other humans. Kang feels that something is off. He tells Dialoka that it sounds like she is trying to provoke him. She replies that it is just him as she translates it nicely. Kang believes her. Suddenly, he notices that something is happening in the sky. It's the curse of the king's wrath for Kang. There is a dragon skeleton formed. Kang is shocked to see it. It is similar to the dragon from before. Dialoka tells Kang that the dragon's soul harboring rage towards him was summoned as a physical entity. Kang finds it unbelievable. He says that he was able to cut a living dragon with ease. Who does that skeleton think it is to dare look down on him? Kang is ready to cut him as well. On the other side, at the temple's ground, everyone is gathered there for the tournament. The commentator says the brave warriors who aim to subjugate the Demon King gathered. He asks the audience, however, even from among the legendary warriors, who will be the outstanding one. He tells the audience what will be revealed through the warriors tournament. After that, the saintess tells them that they all have been very supportive of the growth of the warriors until now. She tells them that this tournament will be an opportunity to prove that their support was not in vain. Meanwhile, the nobles are guessing who will win the tournament. On the other side, Arya is hiding behind Eubora. She asks her what happened to her. Arya tells her that her mother looks at her directly from the VIP seat. Eubora tells her that she has to be bolder. She tells Arya that if she hides behind her, her mother might be disappointed. Arya tells her that she is a strong warrior and that she will also do her best. After that, Arya asks Eubora what she would do if another warrior were in danger during the tournament. She replies that she will help them. Arya tells her that, without any hesitation, she is indeed a mighty warrior. Meanwhile, Eubora smiles and says that someone said something like that to her. Arya starts making fun of her. She stops her. On the other side, the Saintess says they will commence the tournament. The tournament starts as the knight waves the flag. All the warriors start running. Suddenly, a man called Choi Gangman took a carriage ride. Choi Gangman gets happy and tells the ladies that he has prepared it. He thinks that information is ultimate power, and all his fellows continue following along, and he will defeat all the orcs. Arya finds it cheating. Eubora tells her to hold her tightly as she will help her to move faster. Eubora uses her blessing of sprinting, which makes her legs ready to run faster than usual. On the other side, Jang Myeom looks calm and thinks she would be the fastest, but she is not. She also uses a carriage and tells her shields to go quickly before it gets too late. On the other side, the helper of the Saintess comes near her and tells her that last night, in the northern city of the Kingdom of Knights, the Red Dragon King, Al-Kaiser, appeared. The Saintess is shocked to hear this. She tells her that the form, the number of horns, the color of its scales, and all that was written in the literature all match the description. The helper also tells her that the dragon is the Red Dragon King she was subjected to 100 years ago. The Saintess remembers it vividly that she defeated it alongside a warrior. She is curious and says she would confirm the death of the Red Dragon King. The helper says it might be that the gods have resurrected it. The Saintess replies that she doesn't think so. While the tournament entertains the gods during this time, they would not do such a thing without reason. She says the gods who were confused about the tournament's location might have resurrected the dragon. After that, the helper asks her if the gods would even create a scene when there is no warrior. The Saintess is thinking about the warriors who are all at the tournament. She says it might be Kang Han Soo. She thinks a god is alongside him, which blocks the goddess tracking. She feels that God might do it. She angrily tells her helper that she should report this matter to her earlier. She tells her that she will have to go there herself. It must be subjected before any more damage is caused. The helper tells her that the Red Dragon King has been brought down and subjugated. The Saintess is shocked to hear this. Her helper tells her they don't have any further information, but it was said that the dragon's breath was of a level that a single knight could stop. The Saintess tells them it's probably not the Red Dragon, as it is impossible to stop the Red Dragon King's breath alone. After that, she tells her they don't have time to be caught up in wrong information, so they will discuss it next time. So, focus on the tournament for now. On the other hand, Oh Han-woo requests the people to give him a ride in their carriage. The Ma tells him he has no money and wants to ride on their carriage. They didn't give him a ride and leave. Oh Han-woo is thinking, then what will he do now? Julia came on the horse and asked him if he wanted a ride. She tells him that although it might be uncomfortable since she only has one horse, Oh Han-woo can't see the warrior due to a curse, so he uses his blessing of special. Suddenly, he rides on the horse. She tells him to hold her tightly. Oh Han-woo is looking happy. She tells her that he will take him there as fast as she can. Oh Han-woo replies that he doesn't mind if they can go slow. He thinks going together with a female knight is much better than smelly, sweaty misters. He says he should make her a member, too. On the other side, the dragon skeletons ruin the city. Dialoka and the knight are injured, too. She asks Kang what is happening here. Meanwhile, Kang is also worried as everything is messed up. Kang finds everything is fine until he kills the dragon skeleton. He is cursed so many times by the king's wrath. After that, there were so many dragons coming there. They are all saying that they will kill him. Kang is shocked to see this. Suddenly, a colossal dragon attacks him. Conversely, the knight also looks shocked to see the skeletons. Suddenly, a dragon attacks him from behind. The knight gets injured, but his blessing of the king's wrath works for him now. A dragon comes there and tells the knight that he will save him and protect him from danger. After that, both the dragon skeletons are fighting with each other. Kang is watching everything. Kang realizes that the skeletons do not stop coming out. On the other hand, Dialoka is also fighting with the skeletons and killing them. She tells Kang that this is weird as she is getting tired. Suddenly, a dragon is going to kill her. She gets scared as she has no more energy to fight with them. At this time, she was blessed with the king's wrath. A savior dragon tells Dialoka that he will save her from danger. Meanwhile, Kang thinks the whole place will be ruined if this goes on, as the dragon skeleton is coming repeatedly. He decided to put an end to this in one breath. He waves his holy sword and runs to kill the dragons. After some time, he finally killed every single dragon there. The slimes are busy to clear the mess. Dialoka comes there and tells him that the bone dragons are emerging as groups, and she has never seen or heard of anything like this. Kang asks her if she is okay. She tells him that the king's wrath curse that the Dragon King bestowed is not supposed to be activated this recklessly. She asks him if he has any idea why this is happening. Kang replies that he does have one idea. He thinks that as someone who has a cheat ski called the Outsider's Blessing, he is not like the Gnolls, who get their power by filling their guts. Kang knows that he gets his powers by using life. Since his status window always gets reset, he uses up his life constantly, and his low lifespan becomes a trigger in activating the King's Wrath curse. Honestly, he is sure that this curse also has an activation limit, but even that probably gets reset in his case. Kang gets sad as this is going to be troublesome. That means he has to control how much power he uses. Suddenly, a slime hit him. They gathered all the skeletons. Kang is thinking about what he will do with all of these skeletons. It's smaller than the red dragons, but a dragon bone is still a dragon bone. Kang tells Dialoka that she can have it all. She replies that it feels like she is getting useless trash handed down to her, but it does feel weird to get luxury ingredients that cost more than her body. Suddenly, the knight comes there. He tells Kang to go to the academy with his son. He tells him that he is asking him as a father. Kang does not know what he is saying. Dialoka tells him the knight is asking him to go to the academy with his son. Godakin is giddy and very happy. Dialoka says that at least this human tin can have some decency. She tells Kang that the knight is saying that he is inviting him to contribute significantly to getting rid of the dragon. Meanwhile, Kang thinks that it's his fault the city got destroyed. At the same time, the knight is watching Kang with a smile. Dialoka tells Kang that she refuses the knight's invitation if he is uncomfortable. Kang smiles and says he thinks he has no choice, so the knight's pride makes him want to reward him. After that, Kang shakes his hand with the knight. Suddenly, Kang noticed that the people were gathering there. He says it's going to get chaotic if more people start gathering. Dialoka tells him that they should leave from there. After some time, the knight takes them to the mansion. Kang sees the place and says it is similar to the place he visited earlier. Dialoka says that it's pretty humble for a knight's house. Kang is surprised to hear that. He says that he thinks knights are better than mercenaries. Suddenly, Kang asks her why she is still here. She asks what he would do if he made a mistake without her here to translate for him. Kang replies that he told her he did an excellent job with the prince. She tells him that he did well, so he became a runaway convict. Meanwhile, someone is watching them from his window. After some time, Kang eats the food with the knight's family. Kang tells Dialoka that the knight asks him to go with the first son instead of the youngest. She tells him that the youngest already has a partner and the first one is a dropout, but he can return. She tells Kang that, in other words, he is asking him to take care of that dimwit and go to the academy with him. He tells her it feels like he is being thrown as an afterthought. He asks her what exactly the knight says. While taking a bite, she replies that the knight wants him to be his son's friend as a powerful, trustworthy partner. Kang gets mad and tells her that's not how she translates that. Kang is happy and tells the knight that he will do it. Meanwhile, Godakin cheers him up with both arms wide open. The knight and his wife get emotional and say something to Kang. Dialoka translates it for him and tells him they will tame him with money. Kang again gets mad and tells her it seems she has translated her meaning into it. She replies that she only took out the unnecessary details. Kang tells her that's called a misrepresentation. Suddenly, she stands up and tells the knight that her master wants to see the face of the disgraceful son hiding when guests are in the house. Kang stops and asks her what she is saying as they all cry suddenly. Meanwhile, Dialoka finds it was an excellent demonic translation. After some time, Kang is in the guest room of the knight's house. He is lying on his bed and says that her translator does things too much, making the couple feel better and draining him. After that, he asks Dialoka if she knows anything about the academy. She tells him it's one of the 4 academies founded by inferior humans and was made to oppose them. She tells him that they mainly teach violent savagery, but despite all their efforts, they are still weak humans. Dialoka also tells Kang that it has just become a place for networking and cliques. Kang finds it annoying. Suddenly, the taker comes there. He looks angry and says something to Kang. He is angry as his parents are worried about him due to Kang. Dialoka asks Kang if she can translate this for him. Kang replies that it's okay, as she can tell what the boy is saying. He smiles and says he can't let this go when his father puts his son in his hands. He tells Dialoka that he is a good son. He knows a way to make him a good student in the academy. Dialoka is shocked to hear that. Kang says that he is going to need to teach him a lesson. Kang goes near to him. His eyes turn red. The boy gets scared to see him. Suddenly, Kang punches him in the face. Kang hits him many times and tells him he is doing all this for his own good. At the same time, the boy is trying to block Kang's attack. Kang tells him that the least he can do is perform his duties as a son. After some time, the boy lost. He silently sits down. Kang remembers the day when he came to the fantasy world, when he asks the goodness of how he can save the world when they are worrying about their own families. Suddenly, he realizes that he is doing something wrong. Kang asks the boy if he is okay or if he is alive. Dialoka tells him he had too much fun picking on a weak level 13. She tells him that the attacks like this will not kill the boy. Meanwhile, the boy is fainted. Kang tells her it's not a misunderstanding as he has a lower level than him. Besides, it seems she is the one who is having the most fun right now. Suddenly, the boy comes to his senses. The blood comes out of his nose and mouth. He runs away, but Dialoka stops him by using her demonic powers. The boy falls. Nag tells her what they will do now. Dialoka asks him if she should separate his head and body so that he will be unrecognizable. Instantly, Nag has an idea. He tells her that he has the dragon's bone. Since she said it's expensive, he will send him off with a few. Dialoka tells him that the boy even can't walk. After some time, the nurse is there to examine the boy at night. She uses her magic to cure him. Kang is shocked to see this. When the boy comes to his senses, he gets mad to see Kang. He is running towards him to beat him. Kang smiles and says it seems he hasn't learned a lesson yet. Kang shows him his null powers. Suddenly, the king's wrath curse happens, and a dragon's skeleton formed to kill Kang. He eats Kang. The boy is scared to see the dragon skeleton. Suddenly, Kang breaks the teeth of the dragon and comes out of the dragon's mouth alive. He tells the boy to be good friends from now on. On the other side, the saintess comes to her room. She thinks the voluntary support from the sponsors must not get any lower than it currently is. Supporting the warriors just with the power of the shrine is difficult. She lies on her bed and believes, as she thought, things don't change even after the change of era. Her head is filled with thoughts. Suddenly, a voice comes out of the oracle. She asks what it is. Someone tells her that the head of school, Hogwarts, has been waiting for an interview since morning. She looks surprised and says that she thought the admissions of the warriors were over. She gets a reply that there is something he wants to discuss with her. The saintess replies that it can't be helped. Her helper tells her that there is good news, too, that the mutant case, which was thought to be the Red Dragon King, has been successfully closed. She also tells her that the damage to the city was significant, but it was said that there were not many casualties. The saintess is relaxed now and tells her to talk about that next time. She tells her to connect her to the head of the school first. After that, the call is connected. The school head asks the saintess how she has been. The saintess replies that it is not great because someone contacted her, knowing she was busy. The school head tells her that everybody can love without worries thanks to the active work from the shield of the human race. The saintess tells her she will hang up if this is not about something significant. The school head relies on her because she is so impatient. She seems to have put on a colder personality today. She tells her that she gets her point. This year, they have great expectations from many of the first-year students. They plan to open the underground ruins so they can be studied along with the warriors. The saintess is surprised to hear about the underground ruins. She tells her that it seems she is talking about the labyrinth. She says it sounds like she has succeeded in unsealing the divine seal. The school head laughs and tells her that she is right. She tells her that even the holy seal is just wobbly slime in her hands. The saintess is thinking about the labyrinth. The place where the gods used to overuse their strength was built in the age of mythology, which is the typical structure. That's why the relics excavated from the labyrinth all possessed unnatural power and equally threatening artificial dangers. The school head tells her that the kingdoms that have noticed it like they have a sixth sense for it are frustrated, telling them to open it quickly. She also can't keep this on hold for too long either. The saintess tells her this is required for the current warriors with no prey. After that, the saintess tells her she will send it to her as soon as the tournament ends. The school head replied to her to request her to do it as quickly as possible. After that, the saintess hangs up the call. She lays her head on the table, thinking about the warriors and how many would survive. On the other side, in the jungle, Julia and Leisha come to meet Oh Han-woo. Oh Han-woo is shocked to see them. He welcomes them and becomes happy as the girls are pretty. Both the ladies are a little bit annoyed. Leisha says that the warriors who collect the most marks present on the orc's ankles win. Oh Han-woo tells her that she is right. He also tells her that she is brilliant and worthy of a sorcerer. Meanwhile, Leisha thinks that the blessing of magic is a matter that gets decided by lineage and mastery, so it's not related to intellect. Suddenly, Julia hugs her and tells her that she is the one who is grateful as she comes there. She tells her that she received an opportunity to meet the legendary warrior. Leisha sees Oh Han-woo's status window. She is shocked that he has many blessings at just level 6. It seems that's the meaning of being a warrior chosen by the gods. Julia is happy to find Oh Han-woo as he is a real warrior. Leisha tells her that she would have been even more shocked if she had not seen him. While saying this, she was thinking about Kang Han Soo. After some time, they searched for the orcs but did not see a single one. Leisha sees some traces of the orcs. She says it means that another party must have gotten here before them. Oh Han-woo is surprised to hear this. Julia tells them that they come here quickly through the shortcut. But that doesn't guarantee that there won't be other parties that arrive here first. Suddenly, Leisha saw the slimes and said they seemed nearby as slimes were cleaning up the area. After that, Julia sees some orc bodies who had cuts and burn injuries. She is shocked to see this. She thinks it's a party with a swordsman and a sorcerer like them. Oh Han-woo gets angry to show it is possible. Suddenly, he sees the orc. He runs in the direction and is shocked to see that the area and Yubora are killing the orcs. Yubora uses her magic blessing to kill the orc while Arya is also fighting with the orcs. Suddenly, an orc attacks her, but Yubora comes at a time and kills the orc. She uses her blessing as a warrior. In this blessing, her flesh becomes a powerful weapon in all situations. Yubora punches the orcs many times and finally hits him with her magic blessing. The orc is dead. After that, Oh Han-woo comes there. Yubora tells him that he is coming earlier than she expected. Han-woo tells her that he should be the one saying that. He angrily asks her how a weak class president is so strong. Yubora tells her she doesn't know what he is talking about. But the excellent student with a high overall performance always becomes the class president. She tells him it is the same here, so the only difference is that this happens in a fantasy world. Han-woo replies to her that is precisely what he is saying. This is a fantasy world. She can't excel just by studying. Yubora tells him that even physical education, which has a more significant proportion of practicals, was also top ranked. He again goes to say something to her, but she and Arya leave from there. She tells him they will go over to that side, so let's not bother each other. Oh Han-woo tells her angrily that he will pray that she comes second. Yubora smiles and tells him that it would be nice if she could at least make it to second, and she will look forward to him coming first. Oh Han-woo is slightly surprised as Yubora is cheering for him. He is happy and thinks it's all because he is the protagonist and the class president is the female protagonist. Oh Han-woo feels that she likes him. Suddenly, the orc comes there. They are behind the ladies. The orcs are happy to see the female meet. One of them tells Oh Han-woo to get lost if he wants to live. Both the ladies are ready to attack them. Oh Han-woo tells the ladies to leave this matter to him and sat back. After that, he throws a fireball at the orcs. Oh Han-woo also uses his blessing of hunting. A considerable orc is in front of him. He is going to kill him, but Oh Han-woo saves himself. But he can't beat the orc and is injured. Leisha tells him that warriors are not that big of a deal. Very different compared to a certain someone. Julia says that Oh Han-woo is the one who is special even at level 1. He murdered an orc who was at level 6. Leisha wants to meet him. Julia tells her they will meet him if he comes to their academy. After that, Leisha and Julia kill the orcs with their powers. Julia says that even if the curse of hunting strengthens them, they won't have any problem at their level. Leisha tells her that it is not essential right now. She asks her what they will do about warrior Oh Han-woo, who is currently unconscious. He tells her to carry him on her back. She apologizes to her as her back hurts these days. Leisha tells her it is a coincidence as her back hurts too. After that, there is a pin drop silence. On the other hand, Choi Gangmin is also roaming in the jungle. He sees that Jang Myeon also comes there. Meanwhile, Jang Myeon is thanking the cartman for helping them. The man replies that it's okay, as it's an honor to help a warrior. Choi Gangmin gets mad at her. She replies that she is talking as he is the one who made use of the carriage first. Choi Gangmin tells her he will not spare her if she disturbs his hunting. They both are standing with their team members. Jang Myeon tells him that it is a naive threat. They both see each other with anger and then move in opposite directions for hunting. After some time, Choi Gangmin hunts the orcs with his teammates. After that, Choi takes out his sword and hits the orc. He says that he will never give away the first place. On the other side, there are so many orcs coming there. The warriors are a little bit worried to see them. So many orcs gang up around Jang Myeon. She is frightened to see the orc and asks why they all are coming to her. After that, she uses her blessing charm to save herself from the orcs. They all are fascinated by her. Meanwhile, she shouts for help. Her teammate is going to save her but falls. His one arm is cut. Her other team member tells her they are all here because of her, so take one for the team. Jang is shocked to hear this. He tells her that they can't all die for her. He also tells her that everyone can live if she becomes bait. The Saintess is backing them up anyway so they won't die. On the other hand, the orc holds her hand. Jang feels pissed off and tells them what they all can do to her. She says if she knew this would happen, she would return to Earth like Kang Han Soo. She becomes sad. Jang Miseon's fellow tells her she can't give up like this. He tells her he will help her, no matter his condition. On the other side, Jang is ready to bail them out. She uses her blessing and runs. She tells the orcs to follow her. After that, the orcs run to chase her. The orc catches her. She thinks now it is her last time. She remembers her parents and closes her eyes. After some time, Beak Illman comes there and helps her. She opens her eyes and is shocked to see that all the orcs are dead. He tells her that he is happy that she is safe. Jang Myeon asks her if he is okay. During this, Beak Illman gets fainted. Meanwhile, the other warriors are struggling to find the orcs. They are saying that all orcs are hunted by the first. Suddenly, Yoon Naeun comes there and tells them that all the orcs in this area were hunted down. The boy is shocked to see her there. He asks her if she is not following Choi Gangman. He says that besides, the class president sure is different, nothing has changed, not in their home world or this one. Yoon Naeun says he is suitable as the class president and is also first in the long run. She also tells them that they probably have to sit back and watch the class president take over first place again here. After that, she says that if they don't want that, why don't they give them a hand? They are both shocked to hear this. The next day, at the temple, the saintess says that whoever knows this would be the outcome and could be the cultural difference. After that, she asks her helper if everything had gone according to plan. Yubora would have been the victor. She says this is troublesome. Her helper tells her they should tell Hero Choi Gangman about the backpack and ask for cooperation. The saintess thinks about it. Her helper tells her that it could be trustworthy about a hero who instigates his friends. The saintess looks at her. She gets frightened and apologizes if she misspoke. The saintess tells her they will leave the aftermath to the gods and fate. After that, she opens the door and tells her helper that all that is left to do in this tournament is the reward ceremony, so they have to wrap things up. On the other hand, the warriors are gathered in the reward ceremony. The saintess also comes there. She says everyone thanks for waiting and tells them that they will start announcing the victors of the hero tournament. On the other side, Taker goes to the academy with Kang and Dialoka in the carriage. He is sad as he is going to the academy again with them. Kang tells him that it seems he hates it that much. He tells him that he is the one who is supposed to be hating this more. Suddenly, Dialoka speaks up and tells Kang she cannot enter because her level is too high. He replies that enslaved people are considered objects so that he can take her in with him. Kang says he is going to the academy while the royals chase him. Meanwhile, God tells him that everything will be alright. Kang thinks he should be okay trusting them if they are that sure of it. Kang tells Godakin why she wants him to go to the academy. He won't run away, even if it's something he doesn't like. She replies that he will know when he gets there. Kang tells her she won't have the drawing books for 2 days if she doesn't tell him. After some time, the cart passes through the bridge. Kang asks Dialoka what is written on the signboard on that bridge. She replies that it's Hogwarts. At the entrance, the guard welcomes the heroes to the academy and checks their admission letters. They confirmed the letter and permitted them to enter the academy. Meanwhile, Taker is too scared as he comes to the academy again. He didn't like it at all. Meanwhile, Kang tells Godakin that he still doesn't know what it is even after getting to the academy. Kang observes that this is not like an academy but rather more like a military city. After that, the knight's second son looks awkward and confused. Kang tells him to call him by his name. The boy tells him that calling him by name is a bit awkward, too. Kang thinks that enrolling in the identity of a young noble master's servant is also uncomfortable for him. There is also a fourth person in the cart, Salona. She is at level 9. She tells Kang that she hopes they get along well. Kang finds that she is a noble. After that, they reach the academy. Kang wears the coat. Dialoka makes fun of him by saying that this doesn't suit him. She tells him he will get ignored since he is level 1, so the red works him more. She dyed his coat. Nag gets angry at her and tells her that doesn't make sense. He tells her to stay at the dormitory because she can't come in with him. Meanwhile, Kang is unhappy because of an admission test even after entering this world. After some time, at the admission counseling office, the master is taking an interview with Kang Han Soo. He says he is only level 1 but has narrowly cleared all the physical examinations. After that, he asks Kang if he knows 30 about fairies. He replies that he knows a bit about them as a fairy's arrow shoots him. The master finds it's an exciting way to answer. He tells Kang that his blessing and curse are all mixed up, but he has passed the entrance test. After that, he tells Kang that a fairy has taken office this year at Hogwarts. He wishes him the best of luck. Kang shakes hands with him and tells him that he will do his best. He tells Kang that if anything happens, he may always seek help from him of the other 30. After that, he exits the office and tells Godakin that he has passed the test. Now, what should he do? She tells him that he should go to the statue there. After that, they come near to the statue. Kang is looking at it with curiosity. The boy and Salona also come there. Kang asks them about the statue. The boy tells him that a peer of that ex-famous 20 warrior who was summoned in ancient times. Kang finds it weird. He thinks that it looks like there is something here. He thinks he should investigate the statue when there are no people around. Suddenly, a senior comes there. Kang knows him as he is Han Soo. On the other side, Han looks angry and tells them that it's the welcome for the warriors. The boy gets excited and says things are different here as expected from a prestigious academy. Meanwhile, Kang is shocked to hear that the warriors will take admission. Kang smiles and says that now he can run away. Kang tells Godakin she will be nothing like an outsider if the warriors arrive. She replies that he should not worry about it. She assures him that there are no other friends around. Meanwhile, Kang thinks he will meet the goddess and other gods if his classmates come here. He believes that must be avoided, but he will trust her first. Godakin smiles and tells him that this is a very awesome statue. Kang thinks that if she tries to tell him something, he can just be direct and say it to him. Suddenly, Han yells at Nag and tells him to move from there. Kang smiles and tells him he can't understand what he is saying correctly. The boy comes near to him, grabs him by his neck, and tells him to follow him. He takes Kang with him. After some time, Kang sees another Sunbi punishing the junior. The boy is going to slap him, too. He tells him that's why he takes him here, as no staff would come here. Kang tells him it means that there is also no surveillance here. The boy tells him that he still doesn't understand his situation. Suddenly, Kang grabs him by his neck and tells him that nobody will know about it no matter what he does here. Kang tells the portal to send him a hammer. The boy is shocked to see this. After that, Kang holds a hammer and tells the boy that he wants to bury him this neatly. He tells Sunbi that since they are in school, he should probably not do that. After that, Kang freed him and punched him in the face with a hammer. The ladies are shocked to see him. Kang hides his face with a hammer and tells the senior he feels shy if she looks at him like that. She comes near him and angrily tells him he is out of his mind. Kang replies that he thinks she is the one out of her mind. He also tells her she has forgotten that no one can see what happens here. Meanwhile, the other senior boy is unconscious and Kang is dragging him. Afterwards, Kang grabs the lady by her neck with the other hand. He tells her, too, that it's over for them now. Kang tells the junior lady to give them time by themselves and leave. Afterwards, Kang tells the seniors that the freshman Kang Han Soo offers his greetings. He still grabs both of them and hopes they get along well. After some time, Kang comes to his dorm. Dialoka is already there. Kang asks her how things ended up like this immediately after passing. He tells her that if she takes up one entire bed by herself, what should he use? She tells him while stretching her body that she was only making sure that the human female doesn't call dibs on the window side of the bed. She tells him that he can sleep here. Kang is shocked to hear this. Dialoka tells him that he is with Salona earlier. Kang says that what kind of crazy school allows both male and female students to stay in the same dormitory. Dialoka tells him they are all just attendants and won't receive special treatment. Kang asks her where she is planning to sleep. She tells him that usually, an ordinary enslaved person sleeps on the floor on a blanket, but since she is not expected, she will sleep next to him. Kang is shocked and tells her that he will not allow it. Dialoka tells him that she must kick out the human female. Kang replies that it would be better if he went out. Dialoka asks him if he will abandon her here and use a good bedroom alone. She tells him that if he is going to do so, she won't stop him, but she is not responsible if that human female dies from some accident. Kang tells her to stop and follow him. He tells her that they have a place to go. Dialoka gets excited and asks him where they are going. Kang replies that they are going to the late night school.